Hello, welcome to your Vinyasa Practice. My name is Elisa. For those I haven't met yet, it's wonderful to have you here. I hope you're doing okay. We are going to start our practice straight away. So wherever you are, just slowly finding your way onto your belly and lying on your belly in a prone position. Maybe taking one cheek to the mat, maybe folding the hands underneath each other, resting your cheek on your hands. See how you go. If that's not comfortable, you can of course start seated in an upright position, or you can start lying on your back, whatever is best for you today. So I'll let that choice begin here. So wherever you are, we're going to arrive with a gentle meditation for a few moments. I'm going to stay seated upright just so I can speak properly, but just finding a position that suits you. And then only if it's comfortable, seeing how you go, closing down your eyes. Now this might not be comfortable straight away, and if that's the case, that's absolutely okay. Just resting, softening your gaze to a space out in front of you. As you soften the muscles around your face and jaw. And just slowly being kind to yourself as you gently arrive to this space of your practice. This conscious time, this conscious effort to be present. To move and to be with intention. And that intention might be different for all of us. So trusting and knowing whatever is present for you today at this time is okay. If you are on your belly, noticing how this position feels for you, as we're oftentimes not lying on the front body, exposing the back. And wherever you have placed yourself, beginning to feel that breath moving through you. Feeling your unique rhythm of life. This baseline of your existence. Just in and out. And as you draw your awareness to your own movement of breath. Perhaps here you can begin to scan the body for any sensation, anything that's quite obvious or present for you. And continue arriving to your body, to your home, to this present moment through this gentle scanning, this observation of whatever you are experiencing at this moment, with this softness. As you continue to settle into your physical body to arrive to your practice, I would like to open the space, our time together, with an acknowledgement and an expression of gratitude towards the traditional custodians of this land that I'm sitting on. I'd like to pay my deepest respects to their ancestors, their elders past, those present and those emerging. I'd also like to express gratitude and acknowledgement towards the ancestors of this practice. This Eastern practice of yoga and meditation. And give my deepest thanks to those yogis that have spent hundreds of years cultivating these practices that we're sharing together today. It is truly an honor and a gift. As you continue to arrive to your body, noticing these next two cycles of breath as if they were the most important and beautiful things you've observed today. And if you are not already on your belly, I invite you to make your way down onto your belly. And from here, we'll bring the fingertips just a little bit wider than your mat, a bit wider than shoulder width apart. Bring the fingertips to the ground, the elbows pointing towards the sky. If the legs aren't already extended, zipping the legs together like a zipper, toes pointed. We'll take an in-breath as you draw the navel in, press the pubic bone to the mat, lift the chest up into striking cobra. And of course, you don't have to come as high as me in any shape that you make. Please know that this is your own practice in your own body, so please don't think that you have to look the way that I do. So inhaling up and exhaling to deliver yourself all the way to the ground. Keep the elbows high. We'll take this 3 more times. Your own movement of breath. Inhale to rise and exhale to slowly lower. Noticing how this feels as you slowly introduce the breath in connection with your movement. And see here if you can be intentional in allowing the breath to guide the movement. So let the breath initiate each movement that you make. We'll take 1 more for good luck. Exhale, lower yourself back onto your mat. This time coming into Sphinx pose, bring the elbows underneath the rounds of your shoulder. You might have to look down at the ground. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Really press the forearms into the mat. And here, finding Sphinx pose, you might like to stay here. This might be enough sensation for you, a nice compression of the spine. Or you can roll the shoulders down your back body, pull the sternum forward, draw the navel in, engaging through the arms ever so slightly. Find your breath here, and we'll take this a little bit further if you would like. So option is to stay here, or maybe you play around with bending the left knee, drawing the toes towards the back of your head. This will intensify the shape for most people, but see how you go. You might like to stay here or with both knees bent, but we'll take this into a twist. If you would like, pressing the right forearm into the mat, lifting the left hand to the inside of the left ankle. And as you kick the top of the foot into the left hand, you draw that left shoulder back, stretching through the left pec. Right toes and right leg is engaged, staying long there. Pressing the ground away with that right arm, so full body awareness. Full body is alive as you actively kick that left foot into your left hand. Option is to extend the right arm, taking seal pose to deepen this back bend. And this is all for you to choose from. Just noticing how you feel if something doesn't feel right for your body today. Please know you are welcome to exit, to change, to add, to take away. These are all just invitations, gentle guidance. 1 more breath here, kicking the foot into the hand. Without flicking or slingshotting, carefully delivering your arms back down into Sphinx, releasing that left leg. You can take a breath in silence here, or you can lower yourself all the way onto your forehead. When you're ready, we'll take the other side. So taking Sphinx pose, and again, maybe just staying here for today, maybe bending the right knee, noticing how that feels, staying here, or both knees bent. If you'd like to take the twist, keeping the left leg extended, the right toes coming towards the back of the head. Stabilize through that left forearm for a moment. Pull the sternum forward. Press the ground away as you bring the right hand to the inside of the right ankle, rounding over the top of the foot. Kicking the foot into the hand, opening up through the pec. Allow it to invite in that little twist, that opening of the shoulder. Let the leg be the active force in this shape. Left toes are pointed as well, maybe extending the left arm as you take this back bend into a deeper twist. Active right foot kicking into the right hand. Breath is moving. 1 more breath here. And then slowly, with control, lowering yourself back down into Sphinx pose. From Sphinx pose, tucking the toes, drawing the hips back into a child's pose. And I'll let you choose. You might like to bring the knees together to have a closed knee child's pose, letting the belly rest on top of your thighs. Or you might like to bring the big toes to touch, let the knees be nice and wide, let the belly melt towards the ground. So whatever suits you. The invitation is there to keep the arms active as we'll promote a stretching and opening of the top of the back. So come up on the fingertips if you'd like, lifting the arms off the ground as you melt the forehead towards the ground. Finding an expansiveness, sending your breath to the back body. See how that feels. 3 breaths here. Invitation to sigh it out the mouth. If that felt good, if that felt nourishing for you, take 2 more like that. Maybe a little bit of movement, a bit of freedom of expression. Your next exhalation, can you experiment with how it feels to attach any complaints you have from your day and releasing it energetically out the body with your exhalation? Maybe a deep sigh, a yawn. When you're ready, walking the hands back towards the rest of your body as you come to sit up on your heels. If you need a bit of support under your knees here, that might be nice as we'll be here for the next couple of minutes. Sitting on your heels, thighs are together. We'll grab the hands, bring them to interlace, and then flex the palms towards the front of your mat. And then take a moment here to bring the pubic bone forward, remove the C curve of the lower back. So we're finding the core engagement here as we're going to be moving from this navel center for a lot of the practice. So press the hands away as you round the shoulders forward, maybe scoop the belly in, kind of like a seated cat-cow. And then inhale to lift the arms, the bicep in line with the ears. And again, elongate the back body, draw the lower ribs in as you find a really straight back body. Awareness through the front line, opening here through the armpits. Exhale, round forward. Scoop the belly, round the shoulders. Inhale, lifting up. 2 more like this. Exhale to round forward. Again, making this your own expression. You can make it bigger, you can make it shallower. And inhale to lift. Last time as you round forward. This time as you come up, standing up on your knees, let the arms, the momentum carry you towards the sky. Here you are. Freedom to adjust here, pressing the tops of the feet and the shins into the mat. Again, finding that long back body. Naturally, at least in my body, I find that little curve in the lower back. Can you, from here, find containment through the front of the body and elongate that whole back? And you'll find here that engagement through your core allows you to maybe even have more strength through the legs as you actively press the ground away with your legs and reach the palms towards the sky. Full breath here, send breath to wherever you feel tension, if so. Pressing the top of the left shin and the left foot into the mat, we're going to take this into a little slow, balanced transition, drawing the right leg, hovering it off the ground, and then stepping the right foot out in front of you into a low lunge. Take your time, appreciate the wobbles, find your balance here. Inner thighs are squeezing together. You're strong through your foundation. Inhale. You can release your hands and twist to the right. Keep the hips and the inner thighs squeezing. The hips are squaring towards the front of the mat. Back of the left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. That right arm will stay up, fingertips towards the sky. And then as you actively press your left hand into the right knee, twisting the torso to the right, bring your gaze under your right armpit as you actively send energy up through the fingertips. Find your navel center, drawing energy in through the belly. Finding your twist, not jarring, not cranking the body, but just maybe allowing that exhalation to allow you deeper into this experience. Full body awareness, 1 more breath here. Unravel the spine, bring both hands to frame the right foot, and then sinking that right hip back into space as you extend that right leg, Ardha Hanumanasana. From here, just making sure you're not locking the knee. And then again, freedom, place your hands wherever you want. You can kind of make this your own little creative movement with the breath, but we'll take 3 breaths here, extending through the hamstring. Exploring your options, maybe flexing the toes towards your face or pointing the toes towards the front of your mat. 1 more breath here. Exhale, deeply bend through the right knee, fingertips framing the right foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then sweeping the hips back into pyramid pose. And this might not be accessible for everyone, so if that's too much, you find it disturbs the breath, just lower the back knee, stay here in half split for a few more breaths. If you'd like to take this a little bit deeper and your body is permitting it today, coming up really high on the ball of the left foot as you continue to square the hips and bow forward over the right leg. The more height and length that you give that back leg, the more unfurling forward you'll be allowed. Couple of breaths, feeling into whatever sensation is present for you. Next, exhale, drop the back knee. Plant the hands, step the right foot back into plank. And then lower your knees to the ground, sinking back into child's pose. You can keep the toes tucked here if you'd like. One breath in child's pose. As you exhale, drawing the hands towards the body, we'll come into those seated cat-cows again. Interlacing the hands the opposite way. Exhale, press the hands away, round, curl through the upper spine. Inhale, lift the arms as you elongate the body. Find that containment through the front line. Exhale, round forward. Inhale to lift the arms, lift the gaze. Last time here. Exhale to round forward. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze, this time coming all the way to stand on your knees. A moment to settle, a moment to find stability, hugging the lower ribs in, elongating, removing the curve from the lower back. Really stabilizing here as you ground that right shin, the right top of the foot into the mat. Can you find your navel center, hover the left knee off the ground, and step it gracefully in front of you into a low lunge. A moment to wobble, a moment to readjust, find that integrity through the shape. Maybe a little bit of a lunge here to stretch, and then drawing, making that nice tall spine. Squeezing the inner thighs together, both feet are actively pressing into the mat. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand comes to the back of the left knee. Arm stays high on the left side, fingertips towards the sky. Gaze underneath the left armpit. As you breathe in, find buoyancy. As you breathe out, deepen your ability to twist. Not forcing, but again allowing your breath to guide you into movement. And of course, understanding where you're at today in your practice, not forcing, allowing this time again to be intentional. An intentional space of nurturing, showing up for yourself, being present with whatever is going on. One more breath here. As you unravel the spine, inhale, back to center. Hands come to frame the left foot. As you draw the left hip back, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. 3 breaths in your version here, again with the toes, a little bit of movement. Just making sure you're not locking through the left knee. One more breath here. As you bend deeply through the left knee, fingertips frame the left foot, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee as you send the hips back, pyramid pose, only if it's available. Again, staying with that right knee low in Ardha Hanumanasana if you'd like. Coming up really high on the ball of the right foot, maybe shortening your stance as you take 3 breaths, bowing, torso over the left leg. Softness in the left knee, deep opening of the back line of the legs, hamstrings, maybe even the outer hips. One more breath here. And plant the hands, step back into plank. Freedom to flow through your first vinyasa here, or maybe coming forward, knees, belly, chest, and chin to the ground. Inhale into cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes, send the hips back, downward facing dog. A moment to settle in this shape. Take adjustments, starting with maybe spreading the fingers nice and wide, a softness in the elbows as you externally rotate the shoulders, lifting that tailbone high in the sky, in breath. Gaze in between your hands, come up high on the balls of the feet, find your way, hop, float, step to the top of your mat, forward fold, Uttanasana. A nice generous bend in the knees as you let the belly rest on your thighs, allowing the head and the shoulders to hang towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, find a tabletop shape of the spine. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale to rise. Find the strength from your legs. Carry this energy from the earth all the way up through that long channel through the spine, fingertips towards the ceiling. Here we'll take a side bend. Step the left foot behind the right and to the side. So the legs are interwoven here. And then we'll bring the backs of the hands to touch. And then on your in-breath, lift up through the spine, crown of the head. Exhale, tilt to the right. Pressing your legs, your hands into each other. One more breath. Inhale back to center, unwind. And then step the right foot behind the left. Bring the back of the hands together. Here again, a moment to elongate. And then exhale, tilt to the left. Stepping the feet to the ground, squeezing the thighs together. One more breath, tilting. Inhale back to center as you unbind. Exhale all the way to the ground. Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhalation. Stepping back as you plant the hands into plank position. Exhalation. Flowing through a vinyasa here. Only if you'd like, you can skip. You can add to anything that I'm saying. You can move in your own breath, in your own timing. We'll meet in a downward facing dog for one breath together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale, lifting the right leg high behind you, heel towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring your right knee to the right elbow, out to the side. Hover here. Finding plank as you roll forward. Inhale, sweeping the right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, across the torso over to the left elbow, holding here in plank. Sweeping the right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose as you hug the navel center in, drawing forward into plank. Scooping in the belly, step that foot in between your hands, finding your long runner's lunge. Taking a moment to readjust, make any modifications you'd like. Gather the energy, the effort from the floor all the way up into your crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale to settle. Full breath in. And then on your out breath, twisting to the right, back of the left hand to the outer right knee. Same as we did on the floor, gaze under the right armpit. Inhale. Settle on the exhale, twisting deeper. One more breath in. And then exhale here. Maybe if you'd like, reversing, bringing the right hand to the back of the left leg as you sweep that left arm up and over. Gaze remains to the right. Full breath. And then here, we'll come back into a crescent lunge, bringing the arms up. And then taking Garudasana, eagle arms here. Right arm comes underneath the left, weaving them together like vines. Maybe the back of the hands touch, maybe the palms touch. So you draw the shoulders away from your neck. Heel toe that right foot out to the right, just a little bit to make space. Realign yourself here, find stability. As you inhale, we're going to bring the elbow points towards the ceiling, a little back bend. And as you exhale, bow to the inside of the right thigh, humble warrior variation. Right shoulder to the inside of the right thigh. Pressing through the ground, find your navel center to rise all the way back up. Exhalation, bow forward. One more here, rising all the way back up. Find your core. Exhale, bow humbly towards the ground and forward. Inhale as you unwrap the arms, crescent lunge. Exhale as you sweep the arms behind you, arrowhead pose, coming up high on the ball of the left foot. Long line of energy and effort. Heel all the way out the crown of the head, hugging the belly in off of that right thigh. And then we're going to take this into a standing balance, one sweeping movement. Transfer your weight to the right foot as you draw the left knee up into the sky, staying in your standing balance here. I'll readjust myself. So, option is to play with your balance. Stay here, drawing the knee in towards your chest. You might even like to hug the knee in towards your chest. Or you can explore tree pose, bringing the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right leg, or lower on the ground, depending on how your balance is today. You might even like a big toe on the earth. You can stay here. Maybe you can explore an extension of the leg, holding your peace sign fingers around the big toe, extending out in front of you or to the left. Staying with your breath for 3 more breaths here. Whatever shape you've chosen, finding your point of focus, your drishti. your breath, really becoming familiar in these last breaths with standing on that right foot, the inner arch, the toes, the ball of the foot, the heel. And we're going to take this into Garudasana, eagle pose. So drawing that knee back in towards your center from wherever you are. And then crossing the left leg on top of the right and sitting down like you're sitting in a chair. And then maybe you can wrap the back of, or the front of the foot around the right calf, maybe not. So here you go. And this time left arm underneath the right as you take the arm variation if you would like. Back of the hands can touch, palms can touch, and draw everything in towards your center as you sink deeply into that right leg. Nice deep bend, contracting, coiling all of your effort in towards your navel center. Maybe curling up in a little ball, maybe not. Again, making this your own. Find your focus, feel into that right foot. One more breath here. Identify where your right foot is in this intertwined pose as you very slowly unravel like a starfish into half moon pose. Now move slowly with care, right fingertips to the ground, Ardha Chandrasana, lifting the left foot up, stacking left hip on top of right, left arm towards the sky. I forgot to mention if you have support like a block, you might like that underneath your hand if you want to pause. Grab a big book or Tupperware container, whatever. Now finding this effort as you radiate from your navel, and it gives you this energy into all of your limbs. The crown of the head, the tail, the heel. One more breath here. Open like a starfish. Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, standing split square, the hips square, the shoulders as you bow forward. Left foot reaches towards the sky. You hinge from the hips. And this doesn't need to look like me. You take your own variation, your own experience. It's just about feeling the breath in the shape. Two more. Inhale. Bowing, exhale. One more. Inhale. And then deeply bending the right knee as you deliver left toes behind you, finding your long runner's lunge. Both feet on the ground. Planting the hands, sweeping the right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Inhale. Taking your vinyasa with that leg lifted as an extra challenge, or lowering the toes as you transition into whatever movement you would like. A rest in child's pose might be nice as well. We'll meet in a downward facing dog when you're ready. So lovely. When you're ready from downward facing dog, this time leading with the left heel, the left leg lifts high in the air. An extension of the spine, find a moment for breath. And then exhale, coming forward into plank as you draw left knee towards left elbow, hugging that oblique in. Sweeping the left leg behind you, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, across the body, plank position, hugging in, find it here. Inhale, sweeping that leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose as you find plank, this time rounding, dome in the upper spine, enough to step the left foot in between your hands. You find your long runner's lunge. Full breath in here. Long breath out. When you're ready, squeezing the inner thighs together, scooping that effort from the ground up all the way into your crescent lunge. In breath. Out breath to settle. One more in breath here. Exhalation to twist to the left, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Gaze underneath the left armpit. Keep that arm high, fingertips towards the sky. Full breath in. Long breath out, a little smile to your face. If you would like, reversing this here, left hand comes to back of right leg as you sweep that right arm up and over, taking an exalted warrior. Drawing the left hip back into space. Breath in. As you unbind or unwind yourself back into crescent lunge, chest facing forward. Inhale. Garudasana, arms, left arm underneath the right. And you take your bind in your own way as you heel toe the left leg out to the left a little bit to make space for your bow. So inhale, elbows towards the sky, a little back bend. Exhale, bowing to the inside of the left thigh. Find the core as you radiate up towards the sky in breath. Slow and control, humble bow towards the ground. Last time here, inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Nice containment here. As you unravel the arms, find your way up, crescent lunge. And as you exhale, arrowhead pose, arms behind you, navel drawing in, left hip coming back as you bring the torso over the left thigh. Breath in here. Stay for the breath out as you transfer effort and energy into the left foot, drawing the right knee up towards your belly in one sweeping movement, standing balance. Settling here, adjusting to being on one leg. You either stay here, maybe the hands can come to hug that right knee in towards your belly, and you play with your balance here. Tree pose is available, perhaps, if it is available, bringing the right sole of the foot to the inside of the left thigh. Any arm variation might be nice here, or alternatively, keeping a big toe on the ground, or extending this right leg out in front of you by gripping the big toe with your peace sign fingers, or extending it out to the right. The invitation is there for you to explore your own version of a balance. Something that's going to allow you to really experience this left leg, the standing leg, all that intelligence that happens as we stand here. One more breath in your balance of choice. Coming out of your balance by drawing the right knee back in towards your belly. And then taking Garudasana, eagle pose, right leg on top of left, like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair, taking this bind as deep as you would like. And then right arm underneath left this time. Palms touch, perhaps or back of the hands touch, as you sink deeply into your seat, curling and contracting all of your energy into this little ball, strong in the standing leg. And again, your own expression here doesn't have to look like me. Maybe you take this all the way into a fold, just having a play. One more breath, focus here. And then slowly unraveling into Ardha Chandrasana. So identifying that left foot and then opening up, unfurling like a vine or a flower or starfish as you bring the left fingertips towards the earth. Reaching that right leg, stacking right hip on top of left, right arm high in the sky, and unfurling, expanding out into the space around you as you keep that awareness on your navel center, this place that we expand from, this core of us. Couple more breaths here. Beautiful effort, everybody. And then exhale, standing split, square the hips, square the shoulders, bow forward over the left leg. So you reach the right leg high in the sky, hinging actively from the hips. Maybe you bend the left knee enough to bring the fingertips to the ground. One more breath. Bend the left knee as you deliver the right toes behind you into your long runner's lunge. A moment here for breath. Plant the hands to frame the left foot as you sweep the left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Freedom to take your vinyasa with that leg lifted as a little extra challenge, or finding your way into a child's pose or any other expression of your transition here. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. A moment to settle in your down dog if you're not here already. Finding the 4 points of contact that you have on the earth. When you're ready, looking to the outside of your hands, we'll step the right foot to the outside of the right hand and the left foot to the outside of the left hand, finding Malasana. Sinking the hips down, bringing the hands to touch in heart center, elbows to the inside of the knees. Hugging in the navel center as you elongate the back body. Take a breath or two here. And then see, just as an experiment, if you can deliver your butt to the ground without the help of your hands. Just see how you go. For those of you really high, this might be a little bit scary, but just have a play as you deliver yourself into your seat on the ground. Adjusting yourself here, maybe moving the flesh away from the sit bone so you can have a nice tall seat as the feet are planted into the mat. I like to always imagine my feet being glued into concrete on the ground, so it's an active gripping of the ground with the feet, actively pressing effort through the legs into the feet, into the ground to keep you connected here. So you bring the hands to the back of the thighs, around the shoulders, up and back, hugging the belly towards the top of the thighs. We're just looking to engage all the muscles of the back body here. Lots of effort in this kind of static seeming pose. As you pull the belly towards the thighs, find the tallest, most beautifully erect spine you've ever made in your life. Couple more breaths here, hugging, finding all the muscles engaged. Maybe you stay here, maybe you let go of the legs. See if you can keep the body in that balance. One more breath. And then exhale, taking Navasana, boat pose, coming to seat to find that balance on your sacrum. Maybe you can draw one toe off the ground, the other toe. Maybe you can hover both legs off the ground. Maybe you can bring the shins, the calves parallel to the earth. Perhaps you stay here and you play with your balance. Perhaps you'd like to come into the next movement with me. So you can let go of the legs. As you inhale, open up, open the whole front body towards the sky, expansion. Exhale, drawing, contracting all the way back in. A few more like that. Inhale, opening up, expanding, hovering the shoulders off the ground, and then contracting back in towards your center. Inhale, allowing this expansion. Exhale, containing it back to your center. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, curling in. This time as you open, we'll hold for 2 more breaths. Softness where you can through your face. Your next breath, slowly deliver yourself to the ground. Wonderful work. Here, can you take a moment of stillness and pause to examine the shape of your body, to bring awareness to each and every nuance, subtlety of experience. Perhaps the pulsation of your breath, your heart rate. A moment to honor, to acknowledge all that goes on within us when we move and when we're in stillness. When you're ready, you can rest as long as you would like, bending the knees. And we'll take this into Setu Bandha, bridge pose. So knees will be in line with the hips. The arms will come down beside you. Maybe the middle fingers grace your heels. And then important to spread and broaden the shoulders to keep the back of the neck long by drawing the chin towards your chest. As you press the ground away with your feet, inhale, lift the pubic bone towards the sky. Keeping the shoulders and the neck completely still, drawing the chest up towards your chin. And then maybe you squeeze the shoulder blades together here and bind the hands underneath as you draw the pubic bone even higher. Perhaps you stay here, perhaps you would like to explore full wheel or Urdhva bringing the hands beside the ears, elbow points in the air. And then slowly coming up to the crown of the head and then all the way into your back bend. But this is absolutely optional. Taking a few more breaths wherever you are. Slowly delivering yourself back down to the ground with kindness, with care. Taking a moment to resettle. If you would like, drawing both knees in towards your chest. Taking a happy baby pose, grabbing the outer blades of your feet, drawing the knees towards your armpits. And with time, one day, the lower back and tailbone will come
in the direction of the ground, eventually meeting the earth completely. One day. A few breaths to rock from side to side. If you would like to take an inversion or any other pose to complete your practice, you're welcome to express in any way that you feel most nourishing and useful. I'll give you a minute or two for free play. If you would like to stay guided by me, hugging the knees together, we'll finish off in some twisting here. So knees in towards your chest, arms out into the shape of a T. You can choose palms up or down. Keeping the neck and shoulders where they are, deliver both knees over to the left across the torso, all the way to the ground. And also freedom here to extend through your legs. Make this your own. And then anchoring that right shoulder down as you deepen the twist. One more breath here. Drawing both knees back to center if you're twisting with me. And then delivering them all the way over to the right straight away. Again, freedom to move or change the shape according to how you feel. And anchoring that left shoulder down into the ground. One more breath here. And inhaling, drawing both knees back to center. The freedom to rock and roll. And to eventually and mindfully expand and take up space with the body as you arrive into your Shavasana. Your corpse pose, your final place of rest. You can spread wide again like a starfish. You can place a hand on your heart, a hand on your belly. As a gesture of grounding, offering this touch, this contact with the self. And as you unfurl your body into Shavasana, can you come back to your intention and perhaps here granting yourself the permission to fully rest and to value this stillness, this shape as an important part of the practice, this place where we integrate. We integrate the movement, the ideas, the subtleties, the shifts in prana, life force, emotion. And may we allow this to be an example towards ourselves of the power of rest and integration in our everyday lives. Softening the eyebrows and the jaw as you melt the weight of the body into the ground. Softening the sockets of the eyes and the eyeballs and the scalp completely. And if you have the time and would like to rest here in your corpse pose Shavasana for a bit longer, maybe 5 or even 10 minutes more,
I invite you to do so as part of your practice, as part of your effort to show up, to nurture your own self. For those of you who would like to close the practice with me, you can begin to invite in a more energetic flow of breath, or perhaps any movement of your body that is being asked, that you can feel, an itch that needs to be scratched, or a yawn or a sway, whatever it is, a big stretch might be nice. And allowing this more energetic way of being to allow you to feel your way into a seated position. Upright spine. And see if it's comfortable to keep the eyes closed as you do this, to kind of allow this continuation of your own internal experience to happen. As you settle back into an upright spine, maybe finding that energy along the whole spinal column to lift you up into the sky, crown of the head reaching up, anchoring simultaneously through the sit bones, the hips, softness of the shoulders. And we'll bring the hands to touch in front of your heart, thumbs resting on your sternum, Anjali Mudra, this gesture of gratitude, of humility. And invitation is here to acknowledge 3 things you're grateful for today. And perhaps setting an intention for your day, the rest of your day, for your week. And offering acknowledgement and humility to those that need it most. We will bow the thinking mind towards the wisdom of your heart. And bow all the way forward to seal in your practice if you would like. And here I say thank you so much for sharing your practice with me, for taking the time to be in your body. If you have any questions, please know I'm here for you, even if we haven't met. Please don't be afraid to reach out. My information will be in the notes for the show. I hope you all take care. I'm thinking of you. Until next time, thank you.